Hi and welcome back. So last time we downloaded already a mp3 file to some temporary file. One thing that I want to fix, we also want to allow the option to hand over a specific mp3 file. And also then eventually we want to learn how to transform it from mp3 to WAV or WAV, and then crop the file and maybe also apply the Whisper model again to our podcast. So for the first part, I found something here. So if we download it, basically it seems like we can directly write an mp3 file to disk with that option. So here's the function that we had, and here where the method is that we did not yet fill, then that would be the new code, and we'll set our breakpoint here. And now we would write into the f name, and we would actually write doc content. That seems correct, and so we can give it a try. So in our scratch file, basically in here I have a breakpoint. So let's debug. It means that we first download it again, and then something was wrong. We applied whisper inference, yeah, which is fine. And I did not end up in the file, I think. Why? Download mp3. Because I just did not step into that part. So we first need to hand over a file, and let me hide also the Explorer here. We have more space. So the file would be, it's an mp3, Freakonomics mp3. And let's just set our breakpoint here, and then we debug again. Which means we also apply the whisper again, but yeah, we need to put that in comment soon. So now we can jump into, but not stop over, step into. So we get the data. Now we have a fname set, which is not none, but it's Freakonomics. So we step into that case. That's also the file name that we hand out to be consistent. We open it and write it to the file, and hopefully we should see in our file explorer a file that is Freakonomics. And yeah, I think when it looks good, can try it. Which just create a sound on my speakers, on my headphones. Okay, then I think that's good enough. We can remove the to do and fix here download. So what else do we want to do? We want to transform mp3 to WAV. So again, I point here to this great blog post, and here I have the respective segment which we can use to write a empty mp3 file which we load to write it to a WAV file, but also we can use that code to crop it actually. So that's what we want to do. So I think, let me just already copy it. So download file, and then dev transform mp3 to WAV. So for now we only need this part here, and not that. mp3 fname. So we definitely need to make sure from where do we have it, and then here it's not only a part of the file but the full segment, and then here output path. And I think let's just reuse the same logic that we had above. So we have a fname, and maybe even a output fname, because this time we have two. If output name, then we write to that, otherwise we write to a temp file. And then let's see. So we also need to load this audio import. Where is it from? Need to import it, right? Video segment. Does it not? It's not defined. Oh, sorry for that. Audio segment. Okay, it's not in here. Python audio segment. I think it's from the PyDub, probably. PyDub. Here's a audio segment. Yeah, that looks good. So that's the import that we need. We definitely also need to install it. So pip install PyDub. I think it relies on the fact that you already installed FFmpeg on your system. So again, a dependency on a system library. So here we need to add PyDub. Okay, so we imported it. That should not be a problem anymore. So if output fname, then yeah, output fname, and we'll okay, we need to first transform it. So basically we will so I think what we do, and okay, so we get the sound, we specified a name, that's also what we will return, and we write into that folder, so we don't need to write manually. Else we create a temp file, which should be a WAV file, and then we need to export to that and at the end we need to return this temp file, because if we dynamically created it, then that's the only way how we can find out where it is. So let's put it into our Scratch file. It is from here, Transfrom. Something's wrong. Yeah, maybe I need to also just restart it once in a while. But still, something seems to be wrong. Download. Did I create a wrong indentation? No, that looks okay. And that one I can close. So let's try it again. Yeah, the import worked. So we already have our Freakonomics file. So here mp3 fname equals the Freakonomics, and WAV fname equals, let's have it here so that we can see it better. And now we kind of do the transformation. Now we have it here. And let's see how it shows up. That looks good. Okay, I assume it works. Okay, and now the next step is that we want to be able to cut the file. So again, from this great blog post, just copy paste. I hope you're fine with that, Konstantin. So source is mp3 f name. Okay. Let's just get rid of this for a second. 60 seconds, that should be okay. Excerpt, I think it should mean. I hope these are reasonable sound settings, which I just assume. Okay. And then I think, okay, we need to make a function out of it. Okay, now it still reads from mp3, but I assume there should, so let's try crop wave f, yeah, f name is unique, and output f name might make sense to have. Then we probably, so just briefly here, from pydub import audio segment, so that we have it also in our Scratch file. Okay, and I assume there is an option from wave, yeah, perfect. And our source is fname. So we load the source, and we have some sound. We extract something from that, and that's too big here on the side. We can just take our output fname. And still need to make sure that this is a wave. And then I don't need that. Write to disk. Okay, so the function should get an input file name, which is a wave file. It loads it, it kind of sets some quality parameters here, it crops it. First n frames. Let's make this dynamic. So we take the first n frames. Comment is not ideal, obviously, anymore. Take the first frames. Probably something like that. Okay, then let's immediately move it to our utilities. We want the correct indentation. Crop wave. So here we need to import crop wave. Crop wave source. And now Freakonomics short wave is a good outcome. Okay. Name mp3 f name. That's not known because we not just execute it here. We first need to import it. And okay, that's something I'll briefly look into. Okay, that was a quick one. We just had mp3 here instead of wave, but we obviously want to read a wave file and want to crop then the wave file. And so here we have the short wave. It's exactly 60 seconds, so perfect. Okay, Anything up on the agenda for today? No, I think that's where we stop for today, and then we apply the whisper in a different segment. All right, thanks.